At the top, $4 trillion, 15 years in, nobody pushed him out. No scandal, no boardroom revolt. He just let go. And how did he do it? That is the part that nobody is talking about. Look, most of the coverage is about money, the valuation, the successor, the AI race. That is not the story. The story is what he is modeling, the hardest move in leadership, and most leaders will never learn it. They hold on too long, they tie to who they are in the chair. They confuse being needed with being valuable. I'm Dr. Kara. I sit with leaders every day with one question: when do I stay? When do I move? Watch what Cook actually did. 3 moves, at least one of them is going to feel personal. If that question is already under your skin, your role, your career, this season, I built something just for you. My virtual mind. It's trained on my framework for connected leadership. The link is below. Ask it the question you can't quite say it out loud. Now, 3 moves. Move 1. Tim Cook knows what his worth is. Not because of the valuation, not because of the stock, because he has a clean read on what he was built to do and what he already did. He came in after Steve Jobs, inherited a visionary's company, turned it into the most valuable business, arguably on earth. That is done. He scaled the iPhone, built the services, ran the supply chain. He finished the assignment. He is not leaving because he failed. He is leaving because he is complete. Here's where most leaders miss it. You tie your worth to the chair. Who am I if I'm not running this team? Who am I if I'm not the one they call first? Who am I if I'm not the one with the title? That's not worth. That is identification. Your worth was here before the role. It stays after the role. Cook is not stepping down because he's less valuable. He's stepping down because he is clear. When you are clear, you do not cling to the proof. But knowing your worth is the only first move. The next one is where most leaders break. But knowing your worth is only the first move. The next one is where most leaders break. Cook didn't pretend. He never tried to be Steve Jobs. He built his own identity: operator, diplomat, scaler. And now Apple is entering a new chapter, one that needs something different: deep engineering, silicon, product reinvention. Here's where most leaders break. They try to become the next thing. They hire the engineer, but they stay the face. They build the new product, but the win still lands on their name. Cook didn't do that. He handed the chair to John Ternus, 25 years at Apple, hardware engineer, led the Apple Silicon transition, the builder. He did not pick a mini-me. He picked a person whose skill actually matches the moment. That is grace. Grace is not polish. Grace is not having it all together. Grace is not the smooth performance. Grace is dropping the pedestal. It is being honest about what you are and just as honest about what you are not. That is hard. Hard in a boardroom, hard in a marriage, hard in the mirror on a Tuesday morning. And Cook just did that publicly at the biggest company in the world. Which brings us to the move that makes all of this possible. Here's the move I want you to sit with. Tim Cook is not disappearing. He is moving into executive chairman of the board. Let me say that again. He is not gone. He pivoted. In basketball, when you pivot, one foot stays planted and the other rotates. You are still on the court, just facing a different direction. Most leaders never pivot. They do one of 2 things. Option 1, they leave completely. They retire, they disappear, they burn bridges. Option 2, they refuse to move at all. They white knuckle their role until someone pries it loose. The pivot is the move in between. 1 foot planted, 1 foot rotating, still connected, still contributing, not just running everything anymore. That is conquering control. Conquering control is not letting everything go. It's not the grand gesture. It's not walking into the sunset. Conquering control is this: getting ruthlessly clear about what is yours to hold and what is not yours to hold anymore. The only control that you really have is how you receive what is happening, perceive it, and respond. Watch Cook run it. He received the data. 15 years, a new tech era, a ready successor. He perceived it honestly. This chapter doesn't need more of what I am best at. And he responded with a pivot. Not a cling, not a collapse, a pivot. So I have 3 questions for you, and I want you to write them down because you may not have the answer right now. Question 1. What chapter are you actually in right now? Are you building, scaling, steady, ending? Most leaders don't know. They just keep running the playbook from the chapter before. Question 2. What are you holding on to because it matches who you are versus what are you holding on to because you're afraid of who you will be without it? I want you to sit with that one. Question 3. If you had to pivot tomorrow, not leave, pivot, plant one foot, rotate the other, what do you keep and what do you release? Remember, I don't want you to answer these questions right now. I just want you to notice which one made your stomach drop. That is the one. If one of those questions landed hard, there is a pattern sitting underneath it, a protective leadership pattern. The move you built years ago to keep yourself safe, to stay competent, in control, and ahead. It worked. It got you here. It's probably the exact thing keeping you stuck right now. I built a free profile so you can see it. It's called the Leadership Origin Profile. The link is below. It names the pattern most active in your daily decisions. It maps your path to self-led leadership on the other side of it. Take it this week. You lead well. Now lead as yourself. I'm Dr. Kara. Connect to yourself first and then elevate and expand for those you lead.